But through the gateway of prophetic impartation, spiritual things can be communicated. Number two, through principles, engagement of principles. When you begin to engage principles in the kingdom, they become a gangway that gives you access to spiritual possibilities. Number three, covenants. When you begin to live by covenants, one thing you'll discover is that covenants help to prove you to God. One of the ways God proves our commitment is by introducing us to covenants. Because in covenant, there is commitment from the God side and there is the commitment from the human side. That's why the Bible says we are children of covenant. Now, in salvation, God is in covenant with Jesus on the behalf of humanity. That's why we receive salvation unconditionally. But covenant is a system in the kingdom. You are not in covenant with your father. You are not in covenant with your mother. But the fidelity that exists between your mother and your father must be your way of life. So the covenant is now your lifestyle. This is why even in the New Testament context, God still allows us to have covenant relationships with him in different aspects and in different areas. And so when you see people hosting possibilities in the kingdom, they are not a product of luck and chance. There are covenants that regulate them. And that's why environment no longer holds the power to limit them. You see certain people command certain influences and authority and results across the globe. It's happening in the same propensity in Africa, same propensity in the United States, same propensity in Australia. That means this guy is above environmental forces. The only reason a man can wield that level of authority is because he's standing on covenant. There are precursors. Things don't just happen in the spirit. So the Bible says we are children of covenant. So covenant living is our lifestyle. And so there are things you receive by prophetic impartations. There are things you receive through principled living. There are things you receive through covenant lifestyle. And there are many